With respect to inventory maintenance, let's start talking about items. Go to Options, Administrative, Inventory Maintenance, okay? This right here is probably the most robust screen in the entire software. You can see that you have the department for this item, and then you have the item number here, the description. Now, just to let you know, there's a secondary description line, but when you want to actually search or look up the item, and if you want to look by description, so we'll look at that real quick. If you actually want to search by description, then you really don't have the ability to search that second line. So just be mindful of that. This is the searchable line. You're going to have your cost, the price that you charge, and then you have your taxation already set up, the price that you charge with tax. This right here is actually going to be how many you have in stock, and you see that it's grayed out. There's going to be a variety of ways to bring those into stock, and we're going to go over that in just a few minutes after I introduce you to this screen. Then what we're going to have is we have all of these optional things. We have alternate SKUs, then we have tag-along items that we'll jump into. These are items that are going to be transferred along with that particular item that's sold. So then we have pending orders, purchase orders, open, complete, and canceled, different properties, specific notes on the item, modifiers or any modifiers to the item, so you can add a modifier there if you'd like. Specific price levels. Now this is great about discounting because there's actually 26 different levels of price level because it's going to be A through Z. So if you want to have like a friends and family discount, you can apply that here and then apply that pretty much any other place that you'd like to do it, so we can have those enabled. These are already enabled in a specific fashion. You see 5% for B, C, D, E. Just basically, it's an easy way to apply discounts. The other thing I'd like for you to see is specific ordering information. Right now that we have R&R Marketing is the actual vendor, and so you can see that we have the reorder quantity, the reorder level. So at the point of the need to reorder, it's going to, when you get down to 2, we're going to reorder 12, okay? The reorder cost. And then we have the vendor part number right there. And you can actually have multiple vendors, so if one has a better price, you can assign that as the primary vendor for that. But you can just basically, like right here, this vendor is true, the preferred vendor. And then the cost per, and then the cost per case, so you can see you're buying this individual item as an individual, and then as individuals, and there's 12 that are going to come in a case though. So you can see here that you have your gross margin right here, any retail discounts, and then you have your profit right there. So you can really keep tabs on all those kinds of things. And we're going to look at global price changing, where if you just want to set a specific, you have all your costs put in, and then you can actually have automatically the price changed globally with respect to an individual margin or a markup. So then we have special pricing. We're going to go over this in just a second. We can have sale pricing, bulk pricing, or time-based pricing. Then we're going to have matrices. This basically is going to give you the ability, like if you're selling clothing or anything like that, you're going to sell a style, a size, and a color, and this is going to populate a matrix for you. Instead of having to go through and create all these individual items, it's going to let you do it with a matrix within one item. So it's a pretty useful feature. This is great as well. You get to see a quick view of your sales history. And then you can apply printers. So if you're going to send this to different printers, you're going to have remote printing, maybe you're a bar, and you're going to have it sent, you're going to have servers, and you're going to have specific items for the kitchen being sent to the kitchen or to the bar, etc. You can see right here that that's available. And then this is the recipe function that we're going to talk about breaking cases up and selling the parent-child relationship in an appropriate way. So back to the optional information, I just wanted you to see here that you can basically claim this as a modifier item, exclude from an account limit, count this item, disable this item, to 86 that item, allow the buyback on an item, print on receipt, is it food stampable, and you can see all these specific things here. And again, these are pretty self-explanatory, and you can apply special permissions as you see fit. Now, the other thing that I'd like to show you would probably best fit creating a new item. So let's create a new item. Now, what a choice item is, and this is primarily a restaurant feature. Let's say, for instance, that you're selling liquors and let's say vodka. So under vodka, it'd become a choice item, and then you can have all your specific vodkas, and it would prompt you for a screen. Just think of choice items as a container for one specific item that has multiple types, okay? Most of the time, you're going to choose a standard item. If you're going to use it as a modifier, if you're going to use this as a restaurant feature, you definitely have that ability as well. But for most purposes, standard item is what you're going to pick. So we're actually going to assign a department. And let's just create one. So let's just put this in none. And we'll give this an item number. And then we'll give it a description. We'll just call it test. Then you have your cost, the price that you charge. We have something automatic on there. And the price with tax is going to appear. Number that we're going to have in stock, let's just say 5. And we can choose our taxes here. And that is an item that's been created. You can duplicate, which is great. And I'm going to show you another way to quickly pull all those things in. So you have a variety of those things done. Now you can also establish a point value, and we'll get into that with customer loyalty. So every time this item is sold to an individual customer, there's a point value or a valuation that's actually been applied to this item, and you can have a pretty cool customer loyalty plan that can be applied. Also, you can have a specific number of barcodes, and you can also say this is the commission on this specific item that can be assigned, and the location of the item, et cetera, et cetera. Unit size and unit type are very helpful, and you can see that this is like I said, a very robust screen. So I feel like that's probably the best way to describe items within inventory maintenance. And now let's move on to some other portions.